All right, Mark O'Connell, he's always here. I'm going to +1 him just for always showing up. 104, you guys are beasts. Love it. Keep up the great work. Thanks, Mark. We appreciate that. My question may be slightly unrelated. I don't know, but I asked you guys a question a while back about books, and I loved your answers. I took Hernans' advice, and after the Hangout, I got a free trial of Audible so I could listen to Grant Cardone narrate his book, and it was well worth it. But I read a book not too long ago and would love you to briefly talk about it if you've read it, because I felt like it was a huge book for my mindset. So before I finish with that question, yeah, guys, Audible's awesome because you can listen to, you know, most, not every book, obviously, but there's a ton of books that are transcribed or you know, narrated, I should say, that you can listen to from Audible. And it's awesome because, like, you know, when you're driving around in your car, you can listen to books, and that's what I do. I don't really listen to it at the gym because it's kind of hard to focus on a book while working out. But driving, whenever I'm driving, I like to listen to those because I call it like a university on wheels. And that's a good way to learn. And that's downtime that you probably would be doing something unproductive other, you know, besides driving anyways. You know what I mean? So that's awesome. I'm glad, Mark, that you took that advice and used that time wisely. So the remainder of the question, he says, the book is Psycho-cybernetics. It talks about self-image optimization, how you see yourself and how to change it. So I guess my question is, does successful self-image optimization lead to successful SEO? Thanks, guys, and well done on your milestone. I'm sure all non-bitter people are very happy with your success. Cheers. I can speak from experience. I think I haven't read that particular book, Psycho-cybernetics. I will make a note of that, though, to check it out. But self-image optimization, I think, is important. I mean, you can call it self-image optimization. You could call it improving your self-esteem. You know, it's mindset, and that's a perfect question mark for what we're going to be. You know, our guest tonight was C.T. Fletcher, Semantic Mastery meets C.T. Fletcher, because it's all about mindset. And he says, pardon my language, guys, but he says, fuck excuses, you know, and that's the truth. And that's in part self-image optimization, or improving yourself, having you know, holding yourself in high regard. And that's not like it's not an arrogance thing. It's knowing that you can accomplish whatever you want to accomplish if you set your mind to it, and having that kind of confidence in yourself, in your own ability. And it takes work. I mean, you're not just, I guess some people are born with it, but I know it can be something that you can learn. It's something that you can condition yourself to do, is to be more confident. And I think anytime that you can improve your mindset, your entire life is going to be improved, not just become a better SEO. I mean, if that's your life ambition, then absolutely. Or if that's one of your, you know, major parts of your life is doing SEO work, then absolutely that'll get better. But how about elevating everything in your life by having a better self-esteem? You know, and I'm somebody that I always listen to self-help books and you know, audio programs, and that's typically what I'm listening to from Audible. Is I don't like read fiction books ever. I'm always reading sales books and mindset books and motivational stuff, because it keeps me going. And when I start to get lazy and not do that kind of stuff, I tend to start losing motivation and kind of momentum for projects that I'm working on. So I tend to do that on a regular basis. So Mark, I think you're onto something there. You know, I think with this particular book, I don't have an opinion on yet. However, I will put it on my my wish list so that I can check it out at some point. But keep doing what you're doing, man. I mean, we have a bunch of books. We just mentioned 3 of them that we send out to our mastermind members when they first join, because you know, over the first 3 months, because they're books that are so transformative to us and our businesses, such as Grant Cardone's The 10X Rule, Work the System. What is that? I think his name is Sam Carpenter. And what is the other one? That One Thing, is that Gary Keller? I think it is.
Yeah. And then, man, we're gonna have to add the 80-20 rule pretty soon, I think.
Yeah, Perry Marshall's 80-20 Sales and Marketing.
Yep.
Yep, that's a really, really good book too. So that, you know, that's a good strategy, Mark, and you should keep it up. And I encourage everybody to do that too. You know, it's not necessarily always about learning more tactics to rank stuff, guys. Like, sometimes you just got to feed your mind positive stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I was going to say. And it's not just for SEO. If you have the mindset, you can apply it to
your entire life,
to anything. Yeah, yep. To your life, to how you deal with people, to how you deal with family, how you approach people, and how you look at them in a different way. Because if you're sure about yourself and you care about yourself, then that automatically goes out. It goes outward. You'll start caring about others too. And it's just as he says, it's the mindset. It's changing that internal machine into believing that you can do anything you want, which is one of the things that we'll be dealing with CT Fletcher tonight, which is, again, excuse me, fucking possible. Don't let anybody define what's impossible. You can't know unless you try it. And so if you set out to become the best SEO that you can be, you can't let anybody else tell you how successful you can be. That's up to you. That's up to you to put in work. It takes work, it takes dedication, and it takes focus, and it takes a lot of things. And it's really interesting that he mentions this because we've been discussing having a mindset series for our mastermind. And so this is a great question. I'm really liking this question.
Was a great question, Mark. And I just want to add one more thing. Recently, I've read a few books by who's quickly become one of my favorite authors. And let me rephrase that. I haven't read the books. I've listened to the books on Audible because I very rarely have time to read. Ryan Holiday is his name. He wrote the first book. The first book was Trust Me, I'm Lying, which is fascinating. It's absolutely fascinating. It's not really about mindset. It's just about how much bullshit the mass media is, and how it's like so. It's a great book. Let's just put it that way. But the next book was about. It's called The Obstacle Is the Way, and I think it's an outstanding book. It's based upon Stoic philosophy or Stoicism, but it's really powerful. It's finding how to find an opportunity in every adversity. And if you have that attitude about you, then no matter what life throws at you, you'll always be able to be successful. You'll always be able to make it through. And again, it's very similar to what we're going to be hearing tonight from CT Fletcher. And so again, that book is called The Obstacle Is the Way by Ryan Holiday. Highly recommend that you guys put that on your wish list for Audible. If you're going to, to me, it was very transformative. And then his next book was called Ego is the Enemy. I'm listening to that one right now. But that's also a really good book. So that he's, again, quickly become one of my favorite authors. And I encourage you guys to check it out. Okay.